I'm going to be explaining how to solve 6 different equations without using a calculator, and these are based on logarithms. So for number 3, I have log base 3 27. The easiest way to do a problem like this is to convert it to exponential form. So 3 here is my base, and 27 is the number that I need to raise it to. So I have 3 raised to x equals 27, and 3 raised to the third power gives me 27, so x equals 3. That's my answer to number 1, x equals 3. For number 2, I have log base 2, 2 raised to the 5 third power. And for number 2, I can use law of logarithms, and it's the power rule. So I can bring 5 thirds to the outside of the logarithm, and I can multiply it by the solution. So I have 5 thirds times log base 2 of 2. And I'll solve this here. So this is my base 2, x equals 2, and x equals 1 in this case. I'll bring 1 times 5 thirds times 5 thirds equals 5 thirds. And that's my answer to number 2, 5 thirds. For number 3, I have log base 8, 2 plus log base 4, 2. In this problem, I can't use the law of products because my bases aren't the same. I have to take the solution of this and the solution of this and add them together. So 8 is my base. 8 raised to the x equals 2. So in this case, x equals 1/3. And for this one, 4 is my base. 4x equals 2. And x equals 1/2. So I'll take my solutions to both and I'll add them both together. 1/3 plus 1/2. I'll make my denominators the same. 2/6 plus 3/6 equals 5/6. And that is my answer to number 3. For number 4, I have log base 4, 48 minus log base 4, 12. I can use a law of logarithms called the quotient rule. My bases are the same, so I'm just dividing 48 by 12 and converting that to exponential form. So I have log base 4, 48 divided by 12. And I'll simplify what's in my parentheses. Log base 4, 4. This is my base of the exponent, so 4 raised to the x equals 4, and x equals 1. So for number 4, my answer is x equals 1. For number 5, I have the natural logarithm of the natural base raised to the third power, and the natural logarithm of the natural base raised to the fourth power. And number 5 is easy because the natural logarithm is the inverse of the natural base, so they cancel each other out. And what's left is my exponents of the natural base, so 3 plus 4, and that equals 7. So the answer to number 5 is 7. For number 6, I have 7 raised to the log base 7, 29. And based on the definition of logarithms, if I have b raised to the log b c, b and log b will cancel each other out, and my answer is just c. So if I have 7 raised to log base 7, 29, 7 and log 7 cancel each other out, so my answer here is just 29. And that's it for number 6.